When he got beat up by the rugby player, I told you guys, Lucas Big Daddy Browne ain't retiring. He's gonna keep fighting, and he's gonna be back here in the UK to fight one of these up and coming prospects. And here we are, how many months later? What is it, 3-4 months later? Big Daddy's back. He's here to take on the Savage. He's here to put that, to derail the Savage hype train. He's here to punch the hell out of Alen Babic. Who came up with this fight? What sort of matchmaking is this? What is this? They should schedule this as a 2-round fight. This fight ain't going past 2 rounds. I'm being generous there. Actually, this possibly a 1-rounder, but they should make this like a 2-rounder. Don't book this. Don't book this. That's no 8-rounder. That's not happening. They don't need those rounds. They don't need those extra rounds. Somebody doesn't like Lucas Browne. What say this put together this fight? What is this?
I personally think he's a nice fella. He's obviously a warrior at heart, and so am I. And that's one of the things that I want to do for the couple of fights for the end of my career is go out with a bang, no matter how it sort of ends up. You know what I mean? So I think myself and Alen Babic will be a great fight for that. He will come forward and bang. I'll come forward and bang, and put a good show on for the people.
Actually, come to think of it, Big Daddy loves the oxygen over here in the UK. He used to frequent the O2 to come grab some oxygen. He loved it against Dillian Whyte, and he swiftly returned to come grab some more against Alen, and we haven't seen him since. So I knew at some point within this year he definitely has to come grab a top up, and here we are. This offer fell on his table. He just could not refuse it, I guess. So Big Daddy makes his trip over to the UK. I'm guessing it's probably going to be on the Dillian Whyte undercard, which has been announced. Well, the fight, the Dillian Whyte opponent or the card has not been announced yet. The date has just been given up. They say there's going to be October 30th at the O2. I'm guessing this Lucas Browne and Alen Babic fight is probably going to be on the undercard of that. Dillian Whyte versus TBA. I'm guessing the Dillian Whyte opponent is probably going to be Jermain Franklin. That's looking like the more likely opponent. It's either going to be Franklin, which is the front runner, or Chris Arreola. So we'll see. At this point, what is the better fight though for Dillian Whyte? What would you rather part of your hard-earned cash for? If you had to pay for Dillian Whyte versus Chris Arreola fight, the gatekeeper Chris Arreola, or a Dillian Whyte versus Jermain Franklin fight, what would you rather pay for? Keep in mind, this is not pay-per-view anymore. This is just a DAZN subscription fight, so it's not going to be pay-per-view. So the cash part, we're probably talking about tickets and whatnot. So what would you rather pay for, Whyte Arreola or Whyte Franklin? I think I'd rather see Whyte Arreola. The main reason I think Dillian Whyte and this camp are targeting Arreola is down to the fact that he just recently knocked down Andrew Ruiz. That's probably the only reason. And another one was the much talked about trip to America, which is now cancelled. So it's a bit of a waste of an opponent now, in my opinion, because he's not going to get any credit for it, is he? So I don't really know what they're playing out with these opponents. Being that they've cancelled that American trip, these opponents don't make any sense in my opinion. But if that's the route they're going, let them crack on. I'll watch the fights. After being docked by the entirety of the IBF top 15 ranked heavyweights, Hrgovic finally has a fight booked against Montenegro's own Marco Radonjic. How the hell you pronounce that? Well, to keep it simple, he's got a fight against a guy from Montenegro called Marco. Alright. And Marco is 20-0 with 20 knockouts. I've been trying to do some digging, and there's not really that much about him online. It's not that much footage. Well, I haven't really spent that much time, but I've tried to do a little bit of digging, and I haven't really found much. All I've seen is, for the most part, amateur footage. So I'm thinking what we've got here is another... What's his name? What's the American fraud heavyweight guy that boxed Mahmoud Shah? This is another sort of Christopher Lovejoy character from just a Montenegrin version of Chris Lovejoy. my guess is gonna turn up to this ring looking with his expensive looking record and get knocked out easy like Lovejoy did against Char. Because even if you look at the guy's amateur record as well, there's not much there to go. All we've got is this 20-0 and he's been fighting pitiful opponents all the way through. I guess he's based out of Germany, and most of his opponents, they're not used to winning. Some of them literally have never won fights in their lives. So yes, the level of opponent Radonjic has been fighting has been shocking, and this is gonna be a monumental step up he's making against Hrgovic.
Yeah, I know him. He's my neighbor from Montenegro, and we sparred in my gym. I know him. He's a good boxer, and yeah, he has good record, a lot of KOs, and it's not gonna be easy fight. But like I said, I'm in training camp for more than 1 year, and I will be ready for everything what he brings on the table.
It sounds to me like they're just throwing a regular Hrgovic sparring partner a bone here. They're just giving him a fight, really. That's what this looks like to me. I'm predicting a walkover, early night's job for Filip Hrgovic in this fight, possibly a 2-round job. This Radonjic guy, he's never been past, I think, 4 rounds in a fight. So is he really a serious fighter, or is he a banger like that? I doubt he's a really banger like that. If he's that good, we would have heard of him by now. So yeah, I'm predicting a walkover for Hrgovic. Hrgovic already has the final eliminator lined up against Martin McCauley after this fight, so Radonjic should be taking that as disrespect. How you got a fight booked after me? So yeah, Radonjic, you should have something to say about that in the ring, if he has some sort of capabilities, that is. I don't even know how tall this guy is. I've tried to look into him, I can't find that much information. All I keep seeing is some Radonjic basketball player. That's the more famous Radonjic in Montenegro. They don't really care about this guy. Well, this guy resides in Germany and he fights out of Germany, but that's besides the point. All I keep seeing is info about a basketball player, not that much info on this boxer guy. Well, yeah, this should be an easy night's work for Hrgovic, and he should move on to McCauley, and that should be a cracker, a banger of a fight. Before the recent stagnation of his career, I was very impressed with how they were moving Hrgovic on, starting his professional career with Rafael Zumbano Love. That's a decent fight, followed by Pavel Sauer. Decent. Tom Little, nice fight. Sean Big Sexy Turner, that's a good fight. That was his 4th fight. He fought Big Sexy in his he fought Sean Turner in his 4th fight. That's commendable. He had Gregory Corbin in there, Kevin Johnson, Amir Mansour within 10 fights. Great start to his career, and then since then we've just not really seen much from him. Not seen enough fights, in my opinion. Hell, Eric Molina was his 10th fight. Yeah, that was, and this is back in 2019. That was a great start, in my opinion. I felt they started him off very good, very tough. Well, relatively tough, and so far flying colors. He's been acing all the tests. So yeah, bring on Radonjic, followed by McCauley, and the winner moves on to the IBF world title. You know, bring it on. One thing which is quite interesting about Hrgovic to me, though, we've yet to see him hurt. In all these fights he's been having, I've yet to see him truly hurt. I think I've seen him buzzed. I can't recall in what fight. He's been buzzed before, but hurt? Nah, it's yet to happen. So maybe when he steps up to you know, the real elite of the division, we'll get to know much more about him. But so far so good. Flying colors so far for me. Who knows, maybe this Radonjic guy is a legit banger. Not no Chris Lovejoy character. He's legit. Who knows? I would love a nice surprise. That would be interesting if he's really. I doubt it. Though. Them being former sparring partners, they know everything about the guy. They know it's garbage. That's why they put him in there. If it was any good, we would have heard of him by now. Yeah, I'm not expecting any nice surprises from Marco. Anyways, you guys let me know what you think of this Hrgovic fight. What you think of his career so far. What do you think of all the ducks? Charles Martin, Who else? Was Michael Hunter? All those guys that ducked him. What do you make of that? The price hike is here. The zone's raises prices from $1.99 a month to $7.99 a month in the UK. I've been expecting this. It's taken a while, in my opinion. I thought it's $1.99 was gonna last, say, maybe 2 months or so, and then they'll hike it to maybe $4.99. But the quadruple is that's taking me by surprise. The executive vice president of the zone, Joe Makowski, spoke to Sports Business, and he goes, "I genuinely believe the price rise will be welcomed by fight fans, as on average the expectation was somewhere around $9.99 per month." What does it mean people are going to be welcoming the price rise? Nobody wants to pay more. Well, apart from the bougie Americans with the pay-per-view, the ones that don't want to let go of the pay-per-view format. They want to pay premium dollar, they want to pay top dollar for all their fights. Yeah, they wouldn't mind a price hike, but here we're not welcoming no price hike. What's for the cap? Anyways, in all honesty though, the price isn't that crazy. $7.99 is still, relatively cheap per month, as long as they're providing value for money each month. But the good thing with the zone is you can always cancel it whenever you want to. If you're not feeling the schedule for a month, just cancel it and hop back on when you're ready, when they got something for you, So it's not like they're strapping guys into some long-term contracts or anything of that sort, some Frank Warren, Danny Dubois type contract. That's not what this is. You can cancel whenever you feel like it, unlike Sky and what have you. This is the modern day way of consuming content. This is the Netflix model. So this works. We're happy with this, but the price hike, are you guys happy with that? I don't know. So far, I've been impressed with the zone's production and everything in the UK. I like the direction they're going. I thoroughly enjoyed Fight Camp. That was fun. That was fun for me. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, so far so good. The zone in the UK. We're not really counting the whole. We're counting it from when Matchroom exclusively moved on to the zone. That's where we're going to start judging them from, because that's when they're taking this UK thing seriously in my eyes. Now they're facing fierce competition with Sky. It looks like Sky's about to be really aggressive in this market. They've signed a bunch of fighters. In heavyweight, all they've got at the moment is just Philip Hrgovic, because Sky's got a deal with Wasserman struck the Sauerland brothers, who's got Hrgovic, and they've also signed Hugh Fury. That's all they've got at the moment. But with the moves they're making in the other divisions, you can tell Sky are really serious about mounting a proper challenge against the zone. They're not just gonna let Eddie, waltz out there with all his fighters and just, fade into obscurity. Nah, Sky are literally the giants of British boxing at the moment. They've been carrying the flag for however long they've been carrying the flag. So I didn't think they were just gonna pull out of the boxing business because Eddie's leaving. Nah, they're not having it. They're attacking the market. They're signing fighters to spite Matchroom and all sorts. So right now in the UK, it's a little bit of a madness about to take place. I just hope it doesn't turn into what we have over there in America, or you're on this side of the street, you're on that side of the street. I don't want any of that over here. They should be able to work together, not on no fake Frank Warren list they put together during the pandemic. The desperate, I'm gonna have a meeting with Eddie Hearn. not one of those phantom working together stuff. I mean proper, Sky fighters against the zone fighters. Let's see them on whatever platform. I don't care. Just put these fights together, man. Don't turn this into America. Work together, guys. As it stands, I don't see this escalating into some proper standoff, or your fighters can't fight my fight. There's too many familiar faces and friends involved in both camps. They've just recently been working together as recent as, actually they still do work together. Eddie's involved with AJ, and so is Sky. The AJ Usyk fight is going to take place on Sky. Eddie's involved in that fight, so they're still working together. And they quote unquote, they got a lot of friends on both camps. Even this is a random example, but they've signed a fighter, Richard Riakpo, cruiserweight, who's managed by Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte is a DAZN fighter, so they're still going to be working together. Hopefully. I don't want this to turn into some this side of the street, that side of the street stuff. Just keep it cordial and put fights on. But there's definitely gonna be tension, as they should. It's a competition. This ain't no buddy get along gang sort of thing. It's a competition. It's a cutthroat business. So I expect some spiciness. I don't expect everybody to just get along. Nah, that's unrealistic. But what I do expect is business to get done. You know, break bread together. And that's what I expect. That's the sensible way to go about things. But I'm not naive here. This does have the potential to get pretty nasty. Let's just hope for the best though. Anyways, random. But I did mention Danny Dubois earlier in this video. On Danny Dubois, do you guys think his career is serious? What do you think they're playing at with him over there? What are they playing at? Are they trying to do some Deontay Wilder type career, some smoke and mirrors type career? Do you think they really have faith in this guy? What do you think they're doing over there? Because now they've gone back to, who was that guy who was boxing? Who was that? Who was that guy? Who the hell was that guy? I really can't. Okay, I was about to say I can't remember his name, but his name just popped in my head now. Was it Kusumano or something? What was he fighting that guy for? He fought. I remember I told you guys when he came back boxing Bogdandino, I said that's not no step up. Okay, he's fighting for the now scrapped interim WBA interim title, but the level of opposition is literally the same level he was boxing at before. Bogdandino is only slightly better than the Japanese youth that the guy fought, or the German one that he tickled a couple of times. He tickled to his ribcage and the guy just fell on the canvas in the first round. What was his name? Not Pfeiffer, the other guy. He ducked Pfeiffer to fight the guy. I can't remember his name now. Ricardo Schneiders. He just touched him a couple times to his ribcage and the guy fell on the canvas. It's ridiculous. The only difference between Bogdandino and those guys is that at least Bogdandino normally will give you a couple of rounds. Fair play to Daniel for bowling him over in one round, but he's not learning anything from these fights. It's literally the same Daniel Dubois that fought Richard Lartey that I saw in the Kusumano fight, in my opinion. What do you guys see? Do you guys see any improvement from these guys he keeps fighting? Did you guys see any improvement in the Kusumano fight? Because I didn't. He wasn't in the ring for that long. It was just a firefight. They were just trading. Danny was getting caught with right hands. I missed the trading. If Kusumano had some power on him, it could have hurt him there. So I don't get it. What are they doing? I know he's got new training, Shane McGuigan, but we didn't see nothing in the Dino fight because the fight didn't last anyway. He didn't last rounds. Neither did this fight. They're targeting Trevor Browne, which is fair enough, but Browne is improving himself. At least Trevor Browne is going to come in there with some sort of ambition. He's going to come in there to win. He's not there to just roll over. That's the difference between these what's the Japanese guy's name anyways? Fujimoto and all these guys is fighting. That's the difference. But to be fair to Kusumano though, it did try to catch Daniel a few times. Well, and it did catch him a couple of times, but the guy just wasn't levels. It wasn't good enough. Anyways, you guys let me know what you think of what I said in this video. Leave it all down in the comment section. Subscribe if you're new around here. Have the notification bell on as well so you know exactly what's going on up here. Free those likes as usual. Let the likes go. The Twitter's !UK. I'm out.